March 15, 2021.
Okay. So, fool number one, aka Ishvan.
Is it?
Who's
Oh, there
gonna
it
be your
is.
fourth
Hang on.
place?
Oh, there it is. We're fucking in. Let's go.
Who do you think's
Okay.
gonna finish fourth? You fool.
Okay. I think that the fourth place in the Constructors' Championship is going to be Ferrari.
Okay, interesting.
Bold.
Care to defend your opinion on that one, or just
Oh, I
state
thought
why
we
you
were
think?
talking about it. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just
Okay,
state why
so
you.
fourth place because Leclerc is actually a solid driver. Believe it or not, it may not always seem like that, but that's the truth.
Yeah, valid, valid.
And hang on, I forgot who his teammate was. Just spent like an hour
Sainz.
looking at this. Okay,
Sainz.
between Sainz. Between Leclerc and Sainz, Sainz is actually a very predictable driver. He's gonna consistently finish in the points,
Okay.
and that's why I think they're gonna be fourth because Leclerc is fucking solid.
Okay. Jake,
Okay.
what's your opinion on fourth place?
So fourth, I think, is going to be Alpine.
All right.
Ooh, very
Yeah.
exciting.
Care to defend said position? Well, explain
so-
why.
Based off of, because it's Renault, basically. And they've been consistently getting closer to the top since like 2018. And they have a couple solid drivers. Alonso is back, and he's with them. And he's a championship-proven driver, so I think if anybody's going to give them a good chance to do it, it's going to be him. And their livery looks cool. I just want them to win. So,
That's what really matters, dude.
but yeah, I think that they're going to be up there at fourth.
Okay. All right. Fool number three. What do you think is going to be? All right.
It's yourself, Chris.
I know. That's the meme. All right. So, I am going to actually agree with Jake on this one. I'm going
Holy
with
shit.
Alpine. Simply because I feel like the middle of the pack is going to be super close. But Renault finished fourth last year. And they have two very solid drivers. And Alonso is arguably one of the best.
The
So-
best driver on the field currently.
Yeah, you could make the argument that he is the best, if not, but definitely one of the best top 5, top 4 who are driving
Yes.
right now. So I feel like between him
You
and
know,
Ocon,
top
they're
one
gonna,
kind of region, you know.
but they're gonna have enough to, I feel like, beat out the rest of the midfield teams there.
And Ocon is also, you know, pretty solid.
He's good. He's enough.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm interested to
Okay.
see like Ferrari for fourth. I'm very
Yes.
interested by that.
Yeah. So, my fifth is actually Aston Martin.
Okay, that's also an interesting one.
Vettel is going to kick butt this season because after not getting screwed over by Ferrari constantly in every single strategy decision there is to be made for him, he's going to kick butt. Unfortunately, the guy he's with, hang on.
Stroll.
Stroll is not going to really pull his weight comparatively, but Stroll still finished, I think it was like 8th in the Drivers' Championship last year. So he's like, not 8th, 9th? Anyways,
He was
Stroll
around
is
there
like
somewhere.
decent enough that he put points on the board consistently enough to bring Sahara Force India up there. And him added to Vettel, who just had a fire lit under his ass and a burning desire to kill. I think Aston Martin's gonna take fifth.
Interesting. That's a
And, like,
very,
I was on the fence on this one because Vettel, or not Vettel. It's basically Vettel versus Leclerc, right? So I think that Vettel's going to do better in the driver championship, but I also think that Ferrari's going to do better in the constructors. So I don't know.
interesting.
Like I was on the fence about this one, so I might change this after hearing what you guys have to say between which one for 4 and 5, just to hedge my bets.
Okay.
All right,
So-
Jake, what do you have?
My number 5 was AlphaTauri. I very much disagree about based off of the spreadsheet that I came up with. It's probably wrong. But I know this time is not wrong because I looked at like the average times that the guys because it that Vettel and what's his name Stroll.
Yeah.
Vettel was the slowest average time out of everybody on the field. He used 95 seconds per lap. And
He's hiding
yeah,
it. He's
dude,
lying in wait,
no,
ready to pounce.
no, he wasn't, because
He had
on day one his
gearbox
average
issues.
time on day one his average time was 93 sec. Yeah, his average time was 93.7, and then day two was 98, and then day three was 95. So I'm not hopeful for him, even though he's a good driver. It's their first year as a team. I don't think that they have the research right now. But yeah, I think AlphaTauri is going to be fifth because Gasly is actually a pretty solid driver altogether. I know he got shit on by Red Bull and everything, but
Hang on. AlphaTauri is Honda, right?
yeah, it's him
Okay.
and Tsunoda, or however the heck you pronounce his name.
Sonoda.
Yeah,
Wow.
Tsunoda.
Small boy.
Yeah, but
Don't say that. Jake's here.
I'll beat you up. But yeah, I think because at testing, Gasly was like 6th overall fastest average time, and Tsunoda was like 7th. But they're pretty close together in the midfield, and I think they're going to be bringing up like the top of the midfield, which is why I think they're going to be 5th.
Yeah.
Because their car
That
is
makes
solid.
sense.
It's just they didn't really have the drivers because they had Gasly, but who else did they have last year?
Kvyat.
Yeah,
Kvyat, and
Kvyat?
Kvyat is more of an anchor.
yeah, he's all right as a driver, I guess, but he just wasn't on top of it. I think Tsunoda has proved he's decent already.
Yeah,
so,
Tsunoda's pretty fucking nuts, eh?
So we'll see. I think they have a decent shot at getting 5th or higher.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going for Ferrari here. And my reasoning is, and obviously I think all these midfields 4 through 7 are going to be super close. But I feel like Ferrari just aren't quite good enough. They have two good or very good drivers. And basically
A shit car.
their I think their car actually seemed to have a little bit of speed back on the straights, so I feel like they've made improvements in the right direction, and they finished 6th last year, I believe, 7th maybe.
They were having reliability problems, though, weren't they, in testing?
Just the once, but I feel like
'Cause-
they've done they've fixed enough of the issues that with their driver lineup, they should be able to at least be middle to upper of the midfield.
Yeah.
Also, can you guys hear the background noise through my mic or no?
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Can hear you.
Cool.
I can't hear Mick, puking in the toilet or anything like that.
Yeah. All right. Back to number uno, I think.
Yeah, what is your 6th place position pick for position 6?
Okay, let's see. This is another one I'm on the fence between McLaren or Honda.
What?
I'm gonna actually
Really?
yes. So
McLaren.
I'm actually gonna say that McLaren is gonna beat out Honda.
Who's Honda? You mean Alpha Tower?
It's Honda. It's AlphaTauri. Okay, so Alpine Renault is Renault. AlphaTauri is Honda. Like
Yeah,
they're you.
but
It's
there's
not
Red
Alfa
Bull
Romeo
Honda.
Racing. Whatever. I don't know. You people are weird. There's only one Honda team.
There's 2 Honda teams. Neither.
No, there's Red Bull, which is the Red Bull team, and then the Honda factory team.
There's no Honda factory team.
It's the
Alpha
Honda
Tower
team.
is owned by Red Bull.
What? No.
It's Red Bull's second team.
That's why Gasly got moved from Red Bull to them.
We are truly showing our
on.
foolishness here.
I. What the fuck?
This was appropriately titled.
So let me get this straight. Alpine Renault is
Alpine.
the Alpine F1 team that just happens to have a Renault engine because Renault no longer has a factory team?
Basically, Renault rebranded themselves as Alpine.
Okay. That's what I thought AlphaTauri did too.
No,
So
they were
I'll
very.
change that.
That's old Toro Rosso.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna call it Toro Rosso then.
Okay, so who did you have for sixth?
Between McLaren and Toro Rosso, I said McLaren because between Ricardo and Norris, they're a fucking killer combo, especially in the midfield, eh?
You know
Inch-
what?
You know they
position
finished
got
third
left
last
in,
year, right?
They got third.
McLaren did?
McLaren got third. Yeah.
Nah. Whatever. In this universe, we're clear.
Oh no.
All right.
I don't think we're even gonna bother asking him to defend that one.
Defend McLaren. I was gonna put it at 7, so I don't even want to hear it.
So, my sixth is Ferrari.
Okay, I can
Uh,
I can understand that one.
I think they need to claw themselves out of the hole that they've dug themselves by being absolute shit the past couple of years. And,
But you don't think this is the year that they do that?
Well, I think that it's going to be difficult because Leclerc and Sainz are good drivers, but they already had reliability issues in testing. And if you look at the average times that I was looking at before, they'd finished around like 3/4 of the way down, one after the other. They were both consistently at 91.5 seconds per lap, and the fastest lap was 89 seconds. The slowest lap was Vettel, which was 95. So I think that they're a solid middle.
Yo.
Also, do you hear those noises?
No. No.
Cool,
you're
this
good.
mic is working because they're slamming doors and being loud as hell. So
All right.
hold on, I'm gonna go close my door.
All right. While we wait for him, I have to say, I'm surprised we all had Ferrari in about the same spot.
No, not even close. Mine, it's a 4th to 6th spread.
Wait, so what did I?
Yeah, but like,
Chris is saying he's surprised we have Ferrari in the same spot.
like
And,
no, but like in like
we don't. 4th to 6th is a massive spread on 1 to 10.
no, I'm saying like I figured somebody was gonna have Ferrari drop down to like 7th or 8th.
Where did you
something.
have them, Chris?
I had him 5, but I figured somebody would have been like, oh, they're crap right now.
Oh,
I said
no,
6.
there's teams that are so much worse than Ferrari.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
But
well, my 6th was Aston Martin. And my reasoning for this one is, one, they had reliability issues in testing with the Mercedes power unit. It's kind of like Mercedes did. 2, Vettel, while he was also not going super fast, as we've pointed out before, he also got the least amount of testing laps compared to every other driver. So he's going to, I think for the first few races, he's still going to be getting to grips with the new car, whereas every other
Yeah.
driver that switched teams is going to have a massive advantage over him. So I feel like that's
Yep.
going to be where that difference drops him down a little bit.
Yep.
If he had,
That makes sense.
if he had a full testing regimen and they didn't have the issues with the car, I would have put him above Ferrari.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's my reasoning for having them down as low as 6th. All right.
Sounds good. Okay, number 7. For me is Toro Rosso.
Okay. You weak boy not calling it AlphaTauri, but okay.
I refuse. So Toro Rosso is going to be 7
7th.
because they're going to beat out all of the shit teams at the bottom. They're going to beat him out because Tsunoda is just fucking nuts. For a rookie, right? He's actually good. He's gonna score points and he's gonna drag them out of the bottom. But the reality is that his teammate isn't going to score points. What's his name? Hang on.
Gasly?
Gasly. Gasly isn't
The
going to
man
score
who won a
points,
race
so-
last year isn't going to score points.
No.
Okay. That's a bold prediction. Interesting.
Well, he's not. Not that my prediction is that he's not going to score points. It's that he's not going to put enough points on the table to make them be able to compete with teams like McLaren or Aston Martin or Ferrari, right? Like the actual middle of the pack, the two of them aren't going to put up enough points in total to support the point totals that the other two drivers for the other teams are going to put up.
Interesting. Okay. Jake?
7th. This is a really bold one. You guys are both gonna laugh when you hear me say this. Williams.
I thought so.
So I'm defending
That's
that.
very bold,
I'm
Jake.
defending that going off of my average times again because I like to think that I'm doing something correctly. Russell was second overall behind Verstappen for fastest average time over testing days. He was in front of Hamilton. He was in front of all of them.
Yeah.
And the only thing I think that'll prevent that from happening, because that's a bold prediction, but it's going to be Latifi because he can't fucking drive for his life. So if there was like George Russell and George Russell 2 driving the same cars,
If it was
I think
literally
that-
just
I
George
think
Russell on the
it would
team,
be-
he'd have a better shot.
I think it would be almost guaranteed that they would get 7th. But I'm going to reach a little bit because Latifi was still in front of Hamilton technically on the average times of testing.
So therefore, Hamilton can't drive. According to your logic right now.
No, it's better
just,
than nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's average times. I'm just guessing, but I'd like to think that Williams is going to be 7th, so that's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I like it. I like it.
All right. I'm putting AlphaTauri down in 7th.
Oh, okay. Competition from fool number 3.
So my reasoning for putting AlphaTauri down here is simply because I think because Tsunoda's new, well, he may be fast, he's not going to have the experience needed when it comes to racing against these other more experienced drivers. And
Yeah.
I don't think Gasly's quite on par with the other top drivers from the other teams either.
Yeah, not even close.
So I
Oh,
feel
yes.
like they're going to be just at the back of the pack, but I also think that like the point spread between 4th and 7th is only going to be like 50 at most.
Yeah,
It's going to be super
It's
close.
always close in the midfield, so.
So I
yeah.
feel like they're just going to be bringing up the rear, but well clear of
Yeah,
the bottom
but
3.
still clearly above the bottom 3, right?
Yeah, there's definitely decent enough to not be in the bottom 3 and be well clear
Yeah.
of them. So that's my logic behind putting them in 7th place.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, fool
Okay, number
one.
8. We've got the Russian bastards Haas.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm going to say these guys are 8th and not 9th or 10th because, what's his name? The other guy, not
Stellingen.
Mazepin.
Schumacher.
Schumacher is going to score some points. He's going to score like 5 points total in the season or maybe 4 points. But that's still going to be more than the bottom 2 teams. So that's why they're going to be 8th, not 9th or 10th.
I'd like to think that's right, but looking at the spreadsheet I made, I can't.
You don't
Yes.
think Schumacher is going to score
I
any
want
points?
him to beat Mazepin, but his lap times
don't think
were
so?
a second slower altogether.
All right. Interesting.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's got the blood
Yeah.
of German champions flowing through
does.
his veins.
All right, Jake, who do you have finishing 8th?
Alfa Romeo.
Wow. Even I didn't rate them that highly. Holy shit.
I want to see Raikkonen go off because
I do too.
pretty well in testing. So
Yeah, he did finish his
Yeah.
lap of 20 seconds faster than everybody else did.
But honestly, his times were decent. He was bottom half, but 7th or 8th is also bottom half of all the teams. So he might be okay. Giovinazzi actually finished above him, but by like 0.02 of a second or something. So
Yeah, but only one of them have scored points in the
yeah, but
in
the thing
F1.
is,
Oh,
their,
they both
their
have.
cars
They both have.
their cars are pretty consistent off of what the times were in testing, so hopefully the consistency can get them 7th or 8th. Yeah, they're not getting
Yeah.
any higher than that though. That's being optimistic. I just want Kimi to get points.
Yes. I love how your your constructors championship is where you've put in like this is where you're being optimistic about the teams you want to win or like hopeful
Yeah.
so to speak. Whereas for me, my drivers championship is where I put the guys I wanted to win,
Interesting. Okay.
not necessarily who I actually thought would really get there, but
All right. So my number 8, I have Williams.
okay.
And my reasoning for that is 1, Mercedes power unit. 2, they got new investments of a lot of money because they got bought out
Yeah.
last year. And 3, George Russell.
Okay.
Russell is
And
really
he's
fucking good.
and compared to the other two teams, I feel like Russell's going to score more points than any of the other drivers in the other two teams. So he'll bring
Yeah.
them, and they're not going to score a lot of points in these 3, so they'll bring them above the other 2.
Valid.
All right. Now down for 9th. Let's see what we got for Ishvan.
Ninth for me is gonna be Alfa Romeo because Kimi's gonna pull the shenanigans he pulled last year and score a couple points, and that's gonna bring them above Williams, which will score no points.
Oof, oof, you being harsh out here. Oh, I forget. I guess Russell's only points came when he was driving for Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes, I should say, not
Well,
Mercedes.
he's technically driving Mercedes now. So
He was always driving a Mercedes.
well, yeah,
was
but now
always
it's like a true Mercedes.
Yeah, true. Hopefully, like their investments pay off. Hopefully,
Yeah,
they
I
get a little
have
bit of
no
fast.
explanation. There's no explanation needed for Williams, so yeah,
Would
that's
you
fair.
care to explain that?
Yeah.
I mean, actually, yeah, I could argue
it's
that there
Williams.
is.
Rest in peace, Williams.
Me and Jake had
Yeah.
him at 7th and 8th.
Yes, and you're gonna be wrong. So,
I'm.
Okay.
I don't feel like.
Bold.
All right.
of course, you don't feel like you're gonna be wrong. That's why you didn't put them. That's why you put them there. But I know you're gonna be wrong, so it's okay.
No, but I feel like my reasoning for dropping the other teams lower, I feel like, is gonna make enough sense.
It does for you. That's why you did that and made those choices.
All right. Anyways, Jake, what's your 9th?
Good old James Bond F1 Aston Martin.
Yo.
Their car is just shit right now. That's all I have to say about that. Because Vettel is obviously a really fucking good driver. Who else? Oh, and Stroll is just a piece of garbage. So,
All right. I'm surprised you dropped Aston Martin that low.
their
And
performance.
You
was-
put Williams
Nah.
above Aston Martin.
I did, dude. It's their first year as a team.
So is it for Alpine.
No, they're Renault. Aston Martin. Oh wait, what was Aston Martin before technically?
Tracing Point.
Oh shit, I didn't realize that. Well, whatever. I'm gonna stick with it. Your car is good ass.
Aston Martin was Sahara for, or sorry, what's the
Racing
Racing
Point.
Point.
Racing Point.
Yeah.
I might be wrong then.
They scored 4th last year, by the way. Racing Point came in 4th.
Well, to be fair, this year they can't use last year's Mercedes, so.
Yeah.
They'll be fine though. They'll have. They don't need to use last year's Mercedes. They just need to copy last year's Mercedes and scratch Racing Point in the side, and it's not last year's Mercedes.
Alright, so I put Alfa Romeo in 9th. Simply
Actually, I
bec-
think I'm gonna switch Alpha and Aston, just to be honest.
Twinning.
Alright, we're all put. Okay, hold on. I need to do some editing to the spreadsheet because your absolute fool of a man didn't do his research right.
Hey, talk to the numbers, baby.
Yeah, but you didn't know that Aston Martin was a 1-point Racing Point.
Well, I knew it in the back of my mind, but that's different than actually knowing it. So I
Alright,
guess.
but I had Alfa Romeo above Haas because I feel like the experience of their drivers is going to weigh in over Haas. And Haas, fun fact, didn't actually change their car much for this year. So they're running with largely the same car as last year, which was crap. So, if they basically just changed it for the regulations, so it's probably going to be even worse. And Schumacher and Mazepin being new, especially Schumacher, doesn't always do well his first season, so I feel like it's going to be Haas on the bottom with a handful of points, maybe 2, 3, and Alfa Romeo
Just dropped.
with like 7.
There he is. That's interesting.
Did you miss my entire explanation there?
Hello? No, I didn't miss your entire explanation. I was talking and nobody was listening, and then I realized that Discord shit itself. So, with me currently, I have my sister, who is the majority of the brains behind my decision-making process. So she's currently observing. And Roka, do you have any comments?
Am I supposed to be hearing something?
Just talk.
No, hi folks.
Hello.
Sean just transferred over the headset to me.
We're doing constructors.
All right, we're on constructors now.
Yes.
Yep.
This is
Alright, so-
Feel free to call
Yeah.
us stupid.
number one.
All right. Let's see. Oh, you're still.
We haven't finished
There's-
yet.
I
1, 2, 3,
copy
right,
your
right.
list exactly.
No, I know. I'm not saying you should have.
We're doing 1 through 3 last for excitement.
For excitement purposes. Okay then. Okay then.
Interesting.
Oh, well, this is gonna be wild. All right, so. Why is William 7th or 8th according to the two people?
Rockmore's gonna carry them to victory. I don't want to hear any other words about it. That's all I have to say.
I'm with Jake on this one.
William is declaring
His
victory.
name is
I don't-
almost my name. It's fine. I'm
Wait.
gonna deal with it.
What? Oh, Russell. Okay.
Russell.
I just got
Yeah.
it now. From Mr. Winterson.
Okay.
Quality.
Okay.
It's also
I don't
based
know-
off the average testing times that they had over the weekend.
Nerd.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not sure if the more entertaining aspects of my recommendations shone through.
Yeah.
But I
You
don't
have
know if you're
one.
doing things other than just the constructors championship.
No, we're
but-
doing
We're doing
drivers in a
constructors,
second.
We're doing drivers, and we're doing most collisions. And,
Oh, okay, see,
most
I was gonna put most collisions, most do not finishes versus retired, last place, best scoring rookie, most fun to watch rookie, and most impressive driver not in a good car, and that's George Russell for me. So
Russell is God. I pray to him every night before bed.
Oh god. Why am I not? I
Let
would
me know if
actually
it
wouldn't be
works.
surprised if he did that.
shouldn't it be oh George if you're doing that?
King George.
The fifth.
No. The Americans have a bad history with King Georges.
It's
Just
true.
oh God George.
That works.
There you go. All right. Well, this is going to be very entertaining to watch, and I look forward to being the eyes emoji.
Oh, trust me, I
And
have some bold
considering-
predictions for my top 3.
Oh really?
Very bold.
Or not.
All 3 are going to be
Excellent.
Red Bull.
How can all your top 3 be Red Bull?
Because
That's
they're
not how
going to be
numbers
that good.
work.
It's numbers work, okay? I don't want to hear it. They work this way.
He took an AP math class in high school. We shouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, I
have
know how
an
numbers
in
work.
With a math major. I have an in with a math major, and somehow I don't think he's going to agree with you.
Tell
Have you asked him,
Ishvan that
though?
he's dumb. He needs to learn how numbers work. Because there's going to be like a 3.5 and a
You need to learn how
3.75.
numbers work, apparently.
Then we got to add a couple extra rows in there for 3.5 and 3 3/4. That's where they're going to finish.
I'm right, though.
You're not.
do I really have to learn how numbers work though?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. So
Let's go 3,
Let's
2,
see.
1 now.
yeah. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Yep.
I'll go first then. My number 3 is Alonso. Sorry, Renault.
I love how you managed to get this wrong twice.
Oh no, it's intentional. I think Alonso was going to carry Renault to their victory.
But it's not Renault.
Or okay, Alpine. Fuck off, Chris. Alonso was going to single-handedly carry the entire team. It doesn't even matter
He's
what
gonna help with the
what
car
Ocon
development
does.
and the driving too.
Mhm.
I can
He's going to
definitely.
single-handedly carry Alpine to third place for the constructors.
All right.
Okay, just for some. Actually, no, I'll do that in the driver's section. Okay, yep, that's my number 3.
Okay, Jake,
All right.
what's your number 3?
Number 3, McLaren. No doubt in my mind. Because Norris is awesome. Ricardo is awesome. And not just as people, but as drivers, they're both consistent. And Norris did get points last year. And I think he's kind of developing as a driver also. And
Yeah.
Ricardo just hasn't had a good car
In a hot minute, that's for darn
in a
sure.
hot minute. So
Are you sure it's not in a cold minute?
Sainz, yeah, but Sainz and Norris are both consistently pretty high
Sainz,
up on their last minute.
Sainz.
Fuck you. It was pretty consistently high up there, so I think Ricardo's going to be able to do it also. So I think they're third.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in with a controversial one here. Maybe a bit hopeful, but
Mercedes?
Yup.
Please say Mercedes.
yep, I'm putting them in third.
Yeah! Woo!
And my reasoning behind this is I don't think their car is as dominant as it was last year. And
Yeah.
we saw what happened
Well,
when
they keep fucking
Bottas
spinning.
Bottas was not in the front. He just literally just couldn't do anything.
Well, to be fair, the car they built was not designed to race. The car they built was designed to run qualifying laps fast. And then in clean air, go fast.
Yeah, but like the point is
So,
that if because their car isn't going to be as dominant, I don't think I think Bottas is going to drop way down the standings because of it,
yeah.
I hope so.
and
I hate
that's
to
going
see
to
that.
drop Mercedes down to third.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
my opinion on it.
Yeah. Well, if it wasn't your opinion, I'd be concerned that you were cheating by asking other people for help with compiling your positions here. And I don't know if that's okay, man.
Excuse me. All right. And
My number 2. My number 2 is Red Bull.
well. Interesting.
Okay.
What's your opinion on this
So,
one?
it's going to be Red Bull because Verstappen is, really good. And Perez,
He's really good.
yeah,
Perez.
but he's really good. And Perez is one of the most consistent. I don't remember. He was like 5th or 4th. No, not 4th.
He fifth.
5th or 6th. 5th?
He
He was
was
5th in the Drivers' Championship last time.
yeah,
So
with,
5th
despite
place and
missing 2
2nd place.
races as well.
Yeah, 5th
And-
place and 2nd place in the Drivers' Championship should easily get them 2nd.
And I'm also going to say that I think he was the only driver to score points in every single race he started, besides
Yes.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Hamilton
Okay.
had it done. Okay, Jake.
Jake 6, yeah.
Second, I'm calling Mercedes.
Oh,
Because-
another hopeful.
Yeah. Well, they have Hamilton, and I know how we all feel about Hamilton, but he's a 7-time world champion. He's not a bad driver at all. So, I think even if their car has issues as it has had in testing so far and everything, because they only did 1 day of testing, I'm pretty sure.
He
So-
did, well, they all did 1.5, but I think he.
Well,
Got-
Hamilton altogether drove all 3 days, but he was like 15th out of all the drivers on the grid in terms of lap times when he was actually trying to go for fast laps. So, unless they really do something to change their car or he figures out how to drive it, there's going to be issues for them, I think. And 2 might actually be optimistic for them if. Like, 2 is if they figure out how to drive their car and how to upgrade it. So, I don't know. Bottas is Bottas. I think he sucks and I don't like him. He's also not a great driver because Russell stepped in the same car that he had been driving for the entire season and outdrove him
That
immediately.
could just be because Russell's really good.
Well, yeah, but he's still, 23? And he had never driven that car before, and all of a sudden he gets in it and he's like, wow, I have a car now. Not like a horse-drawn carriage. So, I think second for Mercedes.
Yeah. That's some sound reasoning there.
All right. Well, my second is going to be McLaren. And my reasoning behind that is I think that both Ricardo and Norris are very good, good enough. Very good or good enough. And when Mercedes is having the issues that they are having right now, especially with the very unstable rear of the car, and Bottas, I don't think is going to be up to par with the other drivers if he actually has to race them in that car.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's going to be enough. Well, they're not going to... I think it's going to be... The two of them are going to be very close in the drivers. But they're not going to... there's not going to be, like, winning it or anything. But they're going to be enough above Bottas that it's going to knock them down to third. Though I think it's going to be very close between those two.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot that McLaren finished third last season. Like, it didn't even enter my mind when I was making these or like listings or like doing anything. So that may have been a blind spot, but you know.
Oh, and also I'd like to add, McLaren is running with the Mercedes engine now, not the Renault engine, so they're going to be faster.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so number one is Mercedes because I do not dare to hope.
Valid.
Valid.
Yeah, yeah. There's just no hope. I'm not gonna go out there and be like, I hope they get third. It's like, nah. I just don't have any hope. My hope rests in Renault getting into third.
Okay, well,
Valid.
Jake, we both know what you and me have gone for as number one.
Yeah, so obviously I said Red Bull, and that's because they're kind of taking a different strategy this year. Ever since 2013, which was the last time they won Constructors' Championship, they've started with a completely new car pretty much every single year, meaning the drivers had to get used to an entirely new driving experience every single time they step into a new car. So this year they're carrying over like 60% of last year's car, which won the last race of the the series last year. So they won in Abu Dhabi, which Mercedes had won a lot before that, and they're like they had an in-season development. I was kind of reading about this because Red Bull is interesting, where they had a really, really fast development of their car in season. And if they can continue to solidly perform based off of bringing 60% of that car that won the last race last year, then they're only building off of a winning car already, which will put them ahead of everybody else who's getting completely new engines and everything. Also, average times, Verstappen was first out of all of them by a second. Pretty much.
That's pretty massive.
Maybe half a second, but in F1 that's fucking huge. So
Yeah.
I think since Mercedes has been having issues already with a completely new car that the guys can't drive yet, and also keeps breaking down, I think, then I think Red Bull is finally going to get those stupid Germans off the top of it because I can't stand Mercedes anymore. I'm tired of it.
So I put Red Bull on there because now it seems that they've got as number one because they've got now instead of having just one really good driver and one mediocre driver, they've got two very good drivers. One who's going to go super fast and one who's going to be consistent and be amongst the top three or four basically every race.
Yeah.
And that's going to give them enough of a boost to get up there. And like Jake said, they seem to, once they know the car, they're much more competitive and much closer to Mercedes. And because of them carrying over so much of the car, it's going to give them a huge advantage because they already basically know this car. And it'll give them a chance to be competitive right from the get-go. And hopefully they solve Verstappen's reliability issues. And hopefully he doesn't get caught in a bunch of stupid crashes that are not his fault.
Yeah.
Because that's what hurt him last year going for second. He would have beaten Bottas if it wasn't for like that first race where he his car just broke down, or when he got caught in the pileup. That was not his fault at all in Mugello and stuff.
We can all appreciate that comeback from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, like Perez is a big upgrade over Albon,
Yeah.
and Albon still was able to do decently well in that car. So you put a very good, consistent driver in it, he's going to be up in the top 3 or 4 every race. And that's going to be enough to give them I think they're going to be well clear of second place
Yeah.
and winning that's my idea for, well, that's what I think is going to happen for Red Bull this year.
Especially because the rule change too.
Yeah, the rule change, and then they don't have to worry about, well, like they don't have to worry about testing stuff for next year's car, because next year's car is completely different.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
All
all
right.
right, we're
Okay.
going for
That was pretty good.
That's constructors.
all right, now for drivers. So we're gonna go
what are we
4th to
doing?
10th as well, and then 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Ishvan, who do you have in 4th?
Alonso,
That's
you know
bold.
what's up.
And,
This man is a fucking beast. He is not only the best driver on the field, but the most badass and capable driver on the field.
That's a
and
hot
the
take.
toughest. He won the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 2018 and 2019, and he also won the 24 Hours of Daytona in 2019, as well as winning the IMF or whatever, or the FIA World Endurance Championship for the 2018 to 2019 series. He's not just an F1 World Champion, he's an Endurance Cup World Champion too. He's gonna fucking kill it, man.
Alonso.
Oh,
Look at
very
me,
much.
Roka. Stop judging me.
I have 2 words, Ishvan. I agree. I said Alonso's in 4th also.
Holy shit, really?
Hey, yeah, I did.
Okay.
And
That's a-
when you
That's a
ask me
hot
why,
fucking take.
ask Ishvan.
So it's 2 Alonso fanboys and me.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with being considered an Alonso fanboy, dude. That man's a
Hopefully,
beast.
we get to see him race in Montreal. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
All right,
That'd be
well,
down.
I disagree with the two of you.
next year.
Well, you're
course
stupid
you
and
do.
wrong, but go
I-
ahead.
I have Ricardo as 4th.
Cardo?
Yes.
What?
I can hear the judgment from Roka right now, but but my reasoning is, one, he's in a McLaren, which is going to be the fastest car he's driven in a long time, and he's very
Yeah.
solid.
Yeah, he's
And-
hard as fuck.
And the reason I put him above Alonso or anybody else is because he's just going to be in a better car than them. Whereas I don't think the Alpine's going to be anywhere near as good as the McLaren is. I think
Yeah.
the Alpine's going to be a midfield car, whereas the McLaren's going to be a competing for top 3 car.
And you'd be wrong, but that's okay.
You're entitled to your opinion, even if it's just an opinion and not a fact.
Whereas, Alonso being in 4th is a fact, so we're good.
All right, number 2, Ishvan.
Or
Or,
5.
sorry, number 5.
Numero 5. I say Vettel.
Interesting.
Oh, okay, Roka, you're wrong. Ricardo's not gonna do better than Alonso.
Wait, is she agreeing with me?
Yeah, she's agreeing with you.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I say Vettel because kind of going along with why I think Aston Martin is gonna kick butt. It's because Vettel is just gonna be super angry after Ferrari screwed him over the entirety of last season. He's gonna be hot and ready to go, and ready to duke it out with a bunch of dudes, and
Okay. Interesting.
Daddy agrees with me. You all can futz off.
Hey.
Like,
I said Ricardo was gonna come 4th. Don't hate on me.
You're wrong, Paul. Alonso is okay, Paul. Alonso won Le Mans 2 years, 2018 and 2019. He won what?
yeah.
That doesn't really affect how you can drive
Okay.
an F1 car.
But my 5th, you're going to laugh at me for this one, but I really hope it's true. Ready?
What?
Hamilton.
Ugh. I'm gonna try not to puke. That was disgusting, Jake.
Why do you think it's disgusting? Do you think I'm wrong as in I'm making him farther down than he normally is?
He shouldn't
Or-
be that far down. Like, I gotta admit, he's a good enough driver to win 7 world championships.
He is, but his car is shit right now. He was in the bottom.
Yeah, but some of that's also Mercedes probably sandbagging.
Okay. Yeah, there's so much I need to say right now for what they're saying. They're just.
Yeah.
just
Wes, okay, this takes effort. This is a lot of different things I'm trying to do. Stop telling me to do things. Hello? Okay,
Whoa.
well, I keep trying to unplug my headset so that people can fucking talk.
It's okay.
But,
So,
okay,
can you
now
guys-
my dad's talking, so I'm just gonna hand him to this.
No. You don't need to hand it.
Just put it on.
Jake, what is going on right now?
Right, guys.
Prove you all wrong.
Okay. So a couple of points. First, the opinion of Ricardo being better than Alonso is based 100% on the fact that it's the reality. Racing in a sprint race, and a sprint race is what we do in Formula One, as opposed to endurance racing. And guys, I'm just gonna say, level set. I've done both for real. Okay, so I've got some experience. All right. So in a sprint race, it is a very different thing, and Alonso hasn't done that at all in like 2 years now, especially in a Formula One car. So while he will be good, I think overall he's going to take some time to get up to speed, and I think Ricardo's going to start stronger. There's no question. But that's just an opinion, and that's absolutely up in the air, and whatever happens. But the other thing is, I heard somebody saying, just because Ishan was trying to get the mic to work on his laptop. I heard somebody saying that the sessions that that they just went through for testing was indicative of performance. And while it might be indicative of performance, it's generally speaking never indicative of performance. They all do different things and test different things. If the car is constantly outright failing, it's indicative of a problem. But if it's just about the times on the track, Mercedes 2 years ago or 3 years ago sandbagged completely and blew everybody away. They were certain, the world was certain Mercedes was not going to be as good as they were. And they were just testing different things. They weren't testing the top end. They knew they weren't anywhere near. They were like running at 80%. And so you really can't count on the testing to be indicative of raw performance at all. It's not a thing. It gives you kind of an indicator, but it's definitely not an absolute. So I've had my little diatribe. The reason it's a diatribe is so I can give you the headset back to Ishvan, because unfortunately we're soloing here. So I'm going to hand you off, and you can let me know what you guys think.
Get told by your dad.
Delivery cool, but Alpine, but delivery is
Okay, you're both talking at the same time. Can you start that over again?
You got wrecked by your dad.
I did not get wrecked by my dad. He's just wrong. What does he know? It's not like he races consistently and has raced in all sorts of different contexts before.
But Alpine livery cool.
Oh, you know what, Paul? Contradicting point from Jake, to completely defeat your position, the Alpine livery is cool, so...
Actually, the Alpine livery is cool.
Totally. He agrees that the Alpine livery is cool, but that doesn't make up for everything else he said. Okay.
All right. I have Alonso in 5th. Simply because, well, he's going to be very good. I don't think his car is going to be quite as good. So he's going to have to fight against being on the back foot already. So he's going to do better than a lot of drivers, but he's not going to be as good as he would be in something like a Mercedes or a McLaren or a Red Bull.
Yeah, that's unfortunately a fair prediction. But you know what? I don't want to hear it, Chris. You're still wrong.
All right. What do you guys got for your next one? Number 6.
Number 6. Hang on. Leclerc.
Okay.
He's actually good. and
Yeah. Ferrari's not been.
it's a little bit better than last year. And he came in pretty high last year, regardless of how shit the car was, right? Like, he beat out Vettel for...
Oh, he comfortably beat Vettel.
Yeah, but he beat out Vettel for what place? He was like...
He was in the top 10.
Yeah, he was
But
like
he was in the-
7th or something, right?
He was in the bottom half of the top 10, I know. I can't remember the exact place. Yeah, I'd vibe with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, Jake, who do you have for 6th?
I have Ricardo. For all the reasons you guys said he's good, that's why I think he'll be in at least 6th. But the more I think about it, the more I think he's probably going to finish a lot higher than 6th altogether. By a
I
lot.
have him at 9th, dude, so I don't want to hear it.
You have Ricardo in 9th?
Yeah, but don't forget,
Well,
he also
I had
has
other guys I wanted to get in first.
he also has
Oh,
McLaren down in 6th, Jake.
Yeah, so like...
He kind of
So-
Alright, so yeah, I said Ricardo for 6th.
So I'm gonna go for a controversial one here. But I'm gonna put Norris in 6th.
Norris in 6th.
Because I feel like he's a very solid driver. He went toe to toe with Sainz.
Yeah.
And I feel like the McLaren's gonna get even better this year, and he finished like 8th, I think.
No, he was higher than that.
He was around because Perez, Ricardo, and there was at least 6 people ahead of him, so he was around 7th or 8th.
Okay.
And I think he was around Leclerc, I think. Or just above Leclerc. But I think that because of the faster car, he's going to be able to do better this year and get himself higher up. And the McLaren, I think, because they're going to finish 2nd, they're going to need 2 drivers up in the top 5-6 area to get themselves up there. That's why I feel like he's going to be up that high, and instead of down at like 8th or 9th or 7th or 8th like it was last year. But he's proved that he's a decent driver now. It's his 3rd season? Yeah, 3rd season. So he's going to have enough experience to become better and push higher up the leaderboard.
That's actually a fair fair analysis there.
Alright, who do you
Okay.
got in 7th, Ishvan?
Perez, Sergio Perez.
Oh, me and
He's
you are
gonna
gonna
really bring home the deal for Red Bull.
in 7th? That's almost halfway down. That's an interesting prediction. Okay, I'm gonna heartily disagree with you on that one.
You think he's higher? You think Perez is going to be
I
higher?
think he's a lot higher than 7th, but
Jake, I
I'm
think
a
you're
stupid
agreeing with
idiot.
me.
Well, your opinions are just objectively wrong because they're not my opinions. So
All right, Jake, who did you have for 7th?
I had Bottas for 7th.
Ooh, you're being bold with that one.
Because
oh no, Jake just doesn't like Bottas.
Oh no, there's a reason I'm saying he's bold.
A Mercedes is a Mercedes. Obviously, it's gonna probably drive decent, and
Yeah.
a shitty driver in a decent car means an average position. I think altogether, based off of luck and also luck.
This man also, Jake just hates this man, and I appreciate that.
So
Yeah,
I would
that's
say
that's what counts.
the flying Finn, who really is like flying towards a mountainside.
The flying Finn is Hakkinen, Jake.
Yeah, but this guy called himself a flying Finn the other day on Instagram. So
Oh,
Well, all Finns that race F1 can be flying if they so choose.
yeah,
Just
they
need
hit
to hit the
enough
right bump at the right time at the right
they need to
speed.
hit the right tire.
and have
Um,
the right cameraman.
But yeah, Bottas in 7th in me, my opinion.
All right, so I had Leclerc in 7th. Simply because I feel like he's not going to be in a great car, but he's a good driver. So he's going to kind of carry a crappy car, and this is what's going to put them towards the top half of that midfield pack. There's not much to say. This is about where he finished last year, and I feel like that's about where he's going to finish again. There's really not much for me to. There's not
Yeah.
much for me to say about that one. So,
Yeah,
Right.
that's fair.
Ishvan.
Number 8, Ocon.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
He's gonna reliably bring in the points. That's pretty much it, and that's good enough to get you in the top 10.
Yeah.
The 8th, 9th, and 10th, it was like there were 3 drivers that I actually wanted to be in the top 10, and it like other than the top 7 that I had, and that I just kind of not randomly, but basically just kind of said you here, you here, you here, and called it a day.
Yes, I kind of like what you did with your constructors championship.
No,
Yes,
I construct.
because you're just
no,
wrong
my-
according to me and Jake's assessment of who's going to win. You're wrong.
Yeah, but that's okay because you're wrong because your opinions are just that opinions, whereas my opinions are just that objective truth. So
No, okay. Jake, who did you have in 8th?
8th, I had Leclerc because he's a solid driver in a really not great car right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll be able to pull something out of it, but we'll
Yeah.
see, I guess.
well, we want it for a Ferrari at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Well, we also
There's
I just
something
think he's
about a red
generally
race car.
he's good enough to be in those positions. Now, Jake, this is
Yeah.
why I said you were being bold before. I'm dropping
Bottas.
Bottas down to here.
Y'all are really, really underestimating Mercedes, and it's just not gonna go well.
No, I'm a little bit hopeful, and I'm hoping they aren't sandbagging. I'm hoping they're genuinely having issues, because it looked like. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna offer that they were so slow that it's borderline, and like they had several issues, including a lot of
Unbelievable.
spins, that it's to the point of, are they actually sandbagging it, or are they actually genuinely that bad? And I'm believing that they're actually genuinely doing that poorly. So that's why I have, and because of that, they're gonna actually have to race other cars. And when he
They're not
had
ready
to
for
race,
that.
when Bottas had to race other cars, he just couldn't. Like showing it, Monza, he literally, I don't think he gained a single place after the start. I think he went down to 6th or 7th and stayed there for the rest of the race, even though he was in
Yeah.
a much better car than everybody around him. So I feel like if he has to race other cars, he's going to drop way down the leaderboard. And
Yep.
Yeah.
that's why I put him down in 8th. Because I feel like there's other
I
drivers
just-
in better cars and who are better
Yeah.
at actual racing.
I disagree with your basic premise, but other than your basic premise, it's your analysis is sound.
All right, who you got in 9th?
Okay, 9th is gonna be Ricardo for me.
Weak.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why McLaren's down in 6th for you.
Yeah.
Even though they actually they
There
were
is a method to this madness, right? The constructors I have are consistent with like where I'm placing my drivers, so
Oh no, mine are too. I purposely put them in positions I feel like would potentially add up to the drivers, constructors.
No, what you have to
Yes.
do is offset them so that at least one of them is correct.
But what if both of them are wrong?
Then you really did something badly.
Yeah, at least I don't calculate based on testing times. Ha!
I think creating a model like that's actually pretty cool. So I,
I
want to
was
hear it,
just
Chris.
curious. I was just curious. Obviously, dude, I'm the captain of a race car team. I understand that testing isn't
Yeah, no.
fault.
All right.
Yeah. Because as demonstrated by Jake Steve, all they ever do is test. He's an expert at testing.
All right. And who do you have?
I
in
know that
ninth?
was a lack of pain there, and I'm sorry.
Fucking COVID bullshit. I'm so fucking angry. I could rant about that for 7 hours. But
All right.
anyways, in 9th I have
Yep.
Signs.
Oh, thank God he actually said it right for once.
I have Signs because really good driver. In this, I think he's almost on par with Leclerc, and he's in the same car as Leclerc. So we'll see.
Interesting. Okay. My 9th was Vettel. I feel like the Aston Martin's a good enough car that he's going to be able to compete reliably in the points, but I don't think that he's going to be getting a lot of them. I think he's going to be towards like 5th, 6th, 7th on average. Maybe more like 7th on average. And compared to the other drivers, that's just not going to be good enough. And the Aston Martin was having reliability issues, and his slow start's going to hurt him. I feel like he's going to start really slow.
Yeah. Okay. My number 10 is Carlos Sainz.
Okay.
I wanted him in the top 10, but I don't think he's going to do as well as Ocon or Ricardo, so I put him below him.
Okay. I love how
It really
Ishvan's,
do be like that.
I love how Ishvan's Drivers' Championship is just... I want these people here, so that's where they're gonna go.
Yes, says the guy who put Mercedes at 3rd, so,
I have logic behind why I believe that.
Yeah, and I have logic behind putting Mercedes first. They're winning and are going to continue to win. Your logic is, I don't want Mercedes first.
No, my logic is Red Bull. They finished really strong. They're gonna start where they left off. And Mercedes have been having a lot of issues that I believe has gotten past just normal. We're not trying to appear fast.
I just want Verstappen to hit walls a lot. Not like enough to kill him, obviously, if he messed up, but just really nice impact on hitting some of those balls. Like, not quite Grosjean levels, but number
Russell
10,
levels.
I have. Did you do number 10 yet?
Ishvan has. It's your turn.
Vettel,
Yeah.
because it's Vettel.
I fully
And Aston
understand.
Martin is a decent team altogether. I don't really know that much about.
But you have them 8th in the Constructors' Championship like an absolute fool.
I have them in A.
I literally couldn't fucking understand you because your microphone quality tanked the instant you started sucking it like a cock, Chris.
You son of a bitch. I have Vettel in 10th because he is also another world champion, and he'll be in a probably decent car, so he could probably get something out of it.
But 8th, Jake. 8th. You put him in 8th.
Yeah,
You put him.
8th. What about it?
You put him below Williams.
Yes, I did.
And they're gonna be a decent
It
car.
doesn't have to make sense, Chris. It doesn't have to make sense.
Alright, so 10th I had Sainz.
Oh, hey, twinning.
Just because I feel like he's a good enough driver. He's not in a great car, but the Ferrari's gonna be far enough up the leaderboards that he's gonna be right around 10th. I don't think he's gonna be too far off the pace. I don't think he's going to be too far off Leclerc, but I think that he's going to not be quite up there. All right, now for number 3, Ishvan.
Number 3, Bottas.
You absolute fool, an absolute
Yeah,
buffoon.
He's solid. He's going to qualify well. He had all sorts of problems last year and still ended up finishing 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. So I think it's
he
just going to be
finished
a
second.
repeat of last year for Bottas.
He finished 2nd because Verstappen had more issues.
That's true. But, like, I mean, just he had so many... Bottas had so many problems. Mercedes, every so often, would just take out the gun and just shoot him in the back of the head whenever it looked like he was going to beat Hamilton, and yet he still pulled through and held on to his positioning. So I think he's just going to be solid again.
Okay, Jake, I can guess who you're going to have in 3rd. Actually, no, I can't because you've dropped the 2 Mercedes way down. All right, who do you have in 3rd, Jake?
3rd, I have. This is bold.
Oh, I know who it is.
Norris.
And you say my list of drivers is just the people I want to see.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I like
my
Norris, but I
explanation
don't think
is
he's going to be that
is
high.
no. I do not care to explain my reason. Next question.
Valid.
please.
Have a nice day.
All right, so I put Perez in 3rd. because I feel like he's going to be super consistent. He's probably not going to win a lot of races, but he'll be on or around the podium basically every race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in the car he's going to be in.
Yeah, it's going to be it looks like a very good car, and if it continues from where last year left off, so I think it's going to be Perez in third.
Yeah. Okay, my number 2 is going to be Verstappen, because Verstappen's flaming hot right now.
Let
We're
me
just-
guess, number 1 is going to be Hamilton.
I have no faith, so yes, it is.
Fuck that guy.
We're not on number 1s yet. Continue to number 2, so we might have a surprise in here. Go to number. So Jake, your number 2, please.
Perez,
Perez.
because
Yeah.
Red Bull is probably going to dominate based off of the fact that they understand the car that they're driving already,
Yeah.
and it's already a proven race-winning car against Mercedes, who is their number 1 competitor right now. That in testing was having constant spins and issues from the 7-time world champion not being able to control it. So, yeah.
I can understand that. My second, it's going to be a controversial one with Jake, is going to be Hamilton. As much as I dislike the man,
Aeroka.
well, I shouldn't say dislike him, as much as I think he's a little bit overrated. He's still
7-time
good
world
enough.
champion. Yeah, he's totally overrated, man.
No, I'm just going to say that. He didn't have, and at least, especially last year, he didn't have to beat anybody besides Bottas, and he's not the greatest driver. He's not world championship
I
level.
would argue that Hamilton is the greatest driver out there right now, because
Because Lauda
even
said that he's the best driver ever.
No, I think he's-
well, maybe not ever, because different circumstances create different needs. James Hunt could never be a driver in the current context, yet in his time he was still a successful driver. Right? So, but I think Hamilton is the best right now, because even when he gets stuck at the back, he's still, with the car that isn't designed to go through traffic, claws his way up through the pack and still places pretty damn high, considering when he gets thrown at the back.
I mean, I'm going to say in Monza when that happened, the only cars he actually had to beat were tractors, basically. Like, he only had to beat William. I think he got 6 of those passes were Williams, Alfa Romeo, and Haas, who scored, I think, between them about 20 points all season.
Yes, but it
He
still matters that when he needed to do that, unlike Bottas, didn't just not be able to do that. He actually was, because the car isn't designed for that, right? So he brings an immense amount of skill, not just at the front. Sometimes his head is not in the game to go through the pack like that, and he's unsuccessful because he steps into the race thinking, I'm going to win pole and I'm going to win the race, and that's going to be it. Nobody will touch me. I don't need competition. I don't want competition. I just want to run my race fast. And when he thinks like that, he does poorly. But when he thinks like the Hamilton that won with who are they? Hang on,
McLaren.
Mercedes in 20.
McLaren Mercedes, yeah.
Yeah. Like the Hamilton that was winning in his early career, that kind of hungry hippo approach towards passing people and eating up track
He
positions.
got where he was by being good at doing actual racing.
Yeah, no,
I'm not a fan of
Kinda
the guy as a human being. Like, he's kind of a pretentious prick. But at the same time, you can't really say he's an overrated driver.
He reminds me of Choquette.
No, I guess the
Yes.
thing is, it's not saying he's not good. It's just people think he's basically like a god. I think he's like one notch below that.
Okay. I respect that.
Like, people treat him like he's like the god of Formula One.
Oh, well, I mean, he technically is right now.
Yeah, but like,
But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
like
Okay,
it doesn't mean he's bad. It just means that people think are blowing out of proportions, I guess, in some ways.
Yeah. Okay,
That's how I
I see
feel.
what you're saying there.
Yeah. All right.
All
Well, we
right.
know what you're a fanboy and we know who you're putting in first. We're
I'm
just
not
gonna.
a fanboy. I don't like him as a person. He just happens to be the best driver there is right now.
And
Pretty
we know.
much it. I mean, I already had my spiel. I just said my spiel and argued with you earlier, so
Yeah.
that's it for me.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
then,
you know who mine is.
despite him driving into walls.
Even though I want him to drive into walls and I really hate him more than I don't like Hamilton, Verstappen's got a good chance of finally winning a constructors championship again.
Oh yes, he will win a constructors championship again.
As an individual.
Sorry. You know what I fucking meant. God damn it.
Yeah, but not only did you say he's going to win the constructors, you said he's going to win it again, implying that he has done it before. I have Verstappen as first simply because I think if the cars were equal, I think he could very easily go toe-to-toe with Hamilton or beat him. Simply because he is that skilled. He just hasn't had a championship-winning car to drive. Like, none of the Red Bulls have been championship-caliber cars. They've always been, like, second or third place at best. And he still was able to beat them on several occasions on fair, like without them having it, even when they had advantages, and he wasn't like he'd still beat them, and then he on Abu Dhabi he goes pole and wins the whole race. So they obviously did something with the car to make it fast. That they've started to learn the car towards the end. They closed the gap, and eventually they got to the point where they were just able to beat him.
Yeah.
So that's my opinion on that one. All right. Now let's do most crashes.
I think we're about to get extremely agreeable with each other.
I don't know. All right, so crashes, and then what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna say that we should call them collisions, not crashes, because collisions is the actual term that they use.
All right.
Um,
All right, we're gonna use got too touchy with other drivers.
We should
No.
say this all at the same time.
Okay, actually, no, I had this written down as most crashes / collisions / sexual assault allegations.
Yes. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mazepin.
Nikita Mazepin.
I just had it as it. Yeah, we all do. I don't think we're gonna.
Fuck that guy.
Oh wait, he's not gonna get.
And then, do you care to elaborate on that?
No.
No.
Do you need to elaborate on this opinion? No. Alright. Now it's time
So
for.
for DNFs, I think we should put our top 3 DNFs.
Yeah, I just kind of
So-
completely BS this one. After the first one, I had no idea, so I just put down 2 random names.
So, obviously, the first one for that is going to be Mazepin.
I think
Yes.
for every single one of us. Alright, hold
I
on.
He's
think
gonna. The hope is that he isn't able to go to a race because he goes to court for something. That's the hope, right?
Yeah, he's gonna dump the season. Hey! Alright.
I
Uh,
think following him is probably going to be Latifi and Giovinazzi.
oh wait, hold on.
I had the order reversed. I said Giovinazzi and then Latifi, but I
Hey,
respect that.
Honestly, it's the same fucking thing. I don't even know the difference between the two guys, so it's...
You're the same person.
See, I'm actually gonna disagree with you on this one. I think Giovinazzi is gonna be in there. But I don't think Latifi's gonna be fast enough to be in the point where he might actually have to race somebody and therefore get a dump because he's gonna actually race.
Yeah, he's just gonna hit walls, dude.
So I actually had
Well,
Ocon as
continue.
my
Ocon, really? He's solid, though.
yeah, I just
Interesting.
I just feel like he's a bit more reckless than everybody else. That's just
The most reckless person out there currently is Mr. Groper.
no, as in like out of everybody else.
Yeah.
He
It's
would be the
massive
mo-
pout.
Yeah, we just we just gonna pretend he doesn't exist and move on with our lives?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has Moscow University on his fucking racing suit.
All right. So, this was an interesting endeavor, I have to say. I look forward to come back and watching this when it's the end of the season. So we can laugh at how stupid our predictions are. And me and Jake can both laugh at Istvan for putting Mercedes first.
I have no respect for no ambition. I have ambition. Williams number one, baby. Williams number one.
That would be so scary if they just come out and Russell on pole in Bahrain.
Oh, let's fucking go! Everybody else would have to crash besides, like, Mazepin. And then Russell will just fucking make mincemeat out of that rapist.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about that one anymore.
You know that Ural Kali, the sponsor that they have?
Yeah.
They were created by the Soviet state.
Created by the Soviet Union. What is it, the Soviet of Economic Stimulation or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it was the Soviet Union.
Yeah,
That's a good
fucking,
name.
Imagine, like, you're proud of that as your heritage. I'd be kind of horrified.
To be a Soviet grain company, like, or to have a Soviet grain company as my sponsor for an F1 team, yeah, it's not great.
You're named after the Ural Mountains. What the fuck are you doing? There's like a caribou and a polar bear, probably, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, the Urals are a little too south to have polar bears, but they do have brown bears. So.
All right.
Brown bears are cool enough.
So, I look forward to rewatching this, or at least re-looking at this spreadsheet and reacting to it at the end of the year. Because
I'm gonna be very happy. See, what I'm hoping is
you're
that
gonna be
Alonso
happy when
wins.
Hamilton wins. God damn it!
Okay, no, you didn't hear me. I didn't finish talking. I said I'm gonna be happy when Alonso wins the Drivers' Championship because that's what I really want. I just have no faith that
I
Hamilton
want
won.
top three: Russell, Alonso, and Norris.
Okay, perfect top three, regardless of anything. Alonso first, Mick Schumacher second, and then Kimi Räikkönen third.
It should be Alonso and Norris tied for first, Raikkonen in second, and third. Who was the other guy you just said?
Schumacher.
Schumacher. Yeah, he'll be third.
see, my personal favorite podium would be everybody ties. Everybody scores the same number of points.
Except Mazepin,
Yeah, he gets 0.
who doesn't finish.
Basically, everybody takes a turn throughout the year to take him out. So he never actually finishes a race.
Has Mazepin even won in any of the series?
I think he won like F3 like 4 years ago.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna Google this.
Dude, I can.
Nikita Mazepin.
Are you sure you want to be seen Googling that, man?
Yeah. In 2016, he finished 20th in the Formula 3 Championship.
Nice.
In 2018, he moved to GP3. He won second in the GP3 Championship.
Yes, he was the first of the losers. And now he's just going to be the only loser.
In
when
2019, Mazepin was in F2. His season was marked by causing an accident with Noboru Matsushita in the sprint race. He ended up the championship in 18th place in F2, and he finished.
Last year was 5th. I know that. So he wasn't
Well,
even
that
like,
sounds like a real good candidate to go into Formula One.
yeah, I know.
it's
Like
just
they had Schwartzman,
nuts.
Ilott. They were all like top 3. I think was Schumacher, Schwartzman, and Ilott. I think was the
Yeah.
top 3, and only Schumacher gets in because of his name.
I'm going to offer Schumacher's actually a really good driver.
No, he is good, but at the same time, he gets the benefit of who he is.
Yeah, that's an added assistance to getting it.
If he had
Because
Michael fucking Schumacher as his coach,
Well,
Yes.
Jake, he doesn't right now. You got to remember that.
he did, though.
He did, but that was like
What
When
is
he
he
was racing,
Yeah, he's been in a coma for like 6 years.
I thought he was out of it right now.
No,
no.
no.
So when he was racing, he still had his dad as a coach. So that 100% plays into his
And
capability.
he also wants to make his dad proud, even if his dad doesn't know. He's like, if he was conscious right now, he'd want me to win, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But also, the Schumacher name, to Chris's point, brings in so much money because of how dominant Michael was for how long in the sport.
yeah.
That his name alone brings so much money to pass just from the merchandising potential.
Yeah, but
So-
they're also going to lose all their sponsors because of Mazepin, so it's a good deal.
Didn't they
Yeah.
already lose some of them?
They've already lost some of them, I'm pretty sure.
I hope
Hey, at least
Mazepin-
they don't look like the Williams car. It has no sponsors on it. I think it has like 2. Like, they are
I
truly
like
winning.
cars that don't have that many.
I'll partner with Williams. Hartford Racing and Williams. That'd be cool.
Here, have 2 pennies.
Have a couple dollars. Give us your carbon fiber. And give your balls a tuck, tit fucker.
Yes.
And on that bombshell, I'm going to end this.
Okay.
Okay.